And you can choose to do the whole game together with this stranger, or you can choose, which I unfortunately did before knowing that you were kind of supposed to help one another out. So I just left and went, hey, and then just left him on his own. So I was like,
nice
okay,
one, Dave.
I did not know that was going to be like I thought it was going to be like a lobby that you just bump into a bunch of people trying to do it. I didn't know there was just going to be one guy.
Okay. If anyone's out there in Journey and they had someone ditch them.
Yeah, that was more than likely me.
Here's your guy.
I can't be the only one.
Here's your guy. Come get your boy. Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of everyone's favorite podcast, the Critical Arcade Podcast. I'm your co-host, Nick.
And I'm Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Nick. You well?
I'm mortified. Thank you for asking.
You're mortified. Wow, this gets dark instantly. Like,
hell yeah, mortified and depressed, baby.
God, everyone isn't posing. What question did we play? Maybe the new Pokemon. That's made a lot of people mortified and depressed. Why are you mortified and depressed, Nick?
The past 2 weeks or so?
Yeah.
I started playing The Last of Us Part 2. Hell yeah.
Okay, and that's... okay, now it slowly just dawned on me what game you said, and I said, why is that making him mortified and depressed? And then I was like,
it's The Last of Us Part 2. It's an excellently crafted game. The mechanics are so tight and finely tuned. But hot damn, does the story make me want to not play it.
Wow, those are some harsh words that just came out. You know, not everyone's not using the words "not play it" anymore. Jeez, that was pretty up there on the scale of being mean. Yeah, I get what you mean. It's one of those. I know it's still one of those games you should play though.
Yeah,
I know it's weird to say, right?
Don't get me wrong. Yes, you should try and play this. But the story is emotionally taxing. Yes, it is depressing. Yes. It is dark. Yeah. It does make you want to feel like you want to go hug a puppy.
Who is not always wanting to feel like going to hug a puppy?
That's a very good point. That's
an
excellent point. Excuse me, bad example.
Yeah, I was to say, go on.
I always want to hug some puppies.
You want to hug a pillow and hide your face into it and kind of just like, you know, switch off reality, right? It's a bit
exactly.
Yeah.
Ellie goes through hell and back in The Last of Us Part 2. I've not finished it, so I still think there's more to come. But I needed this week's game.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking this game I've written down it's just the palate cleanser of a game. We've done that a few times with other games, right? Like Inside and stuff like that. They're just these games that you go, okay, I'm just going to play this. I know it's good. I'm going to give it a go. And it just makes you go, yeah, okay, now I can do, like you said, you can do dark. I can do gritty. I can watch something sad again because, you know, I've reset.
Exactly. This is a great reset type of game. What was the previous one we had? Stray?
Stray's a good reset game. Yeah, I agree. That's, I guess you would say Plants vs. Zombies is a reset game, which
absolutely
it's not in the slightest. But yes, those casual games, fun games, chill games that just make you think or ponder or wonder or...
Yes.
And
just a reminder that these are supposed to make you feel warm, fuzzy, and good.
Yeah, agreed. And I wonder if that segues perfectly. I wonder if people know which game we're talking about because
they do.
Was a fairly popular game. It's relatively old now by all accounts. Coming out in, was it 2012? 2012?
It's 2012,
Damn.
Excuse me. The list has it wrong. It's 2012 for the PlayStation 3.
13 years old.
Ooh,
that's just so insane. It was yesterday this came out. I remember people talking about it. People were praising it. Ladies and gents, if you don't know what the game is, it is the indie game by all accounts. Journey, a game by
that game company,
which is a great name for a company. I do love the idea. They were like, what should we call it? What do we call that game company? Oh, whoa! Genius! Let's just call it that, right?
We can call it what my stepdad calls it.
Yeah, exactly. Are you still working at that game company?
That game company.
But yeah, I liked the name. Yeah, it's Journey. It's a game which, again, 13 years ago, everyone was talking about. It's still kind of... It's one of those games that's on everyone's list that you should try or must play.
Oh,
should be in your top
100
in some degree.
It's one of those. It's one of those must-plays experiences that's been around for quite a while.
Yes,
and it's on these lists for a reason. We'll get into it, but yeah.
And they made that game company made other games which I've always seen but never played. Right? They did Flow, which is
Flower.
Isn't it Flow and Flower? Or am I just going...
Oh, those two different games. Excuse me.
Maybe. Let me have a look. Because Flower is the one where you just blow...
You're just your petals flying around.
Yeah, and you kind of blow the petals and stuff like that to and fro. It's also very chill. Yeah, they did Flow. Like a weird... I don't know what you'd call it,
flow.
Really.
A game focusing on the flow state of just relaxing, chilling, cooling, all maxing around.
Nice.
Thank you.
Was that
that was
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yes, it was.
Into that. That was nice. Again, older than 13 years reference there, but I like it. So they're kind of the indie company to do very chill, very kind of like a game you'd play at a sauna or at a retreat, or rehab type thing, right?
It's they also did the Pathless. The Pathless, which is less chill, but also very much in line with their flow state type games.
These are the type of people that just want you to relax and enjoy kind of like the ride and enjoy their games, but without being like... And I kind of get it. A lot of games can be very tense, very pressuring, very, like you said, emotive and depressing and kind of dark sometimes. So they kind of went against the curve and made something a bit more... I say a bit more relaxing, but it actually does contain kind of a lot of adult kind of...
It's got parts where it's not...
Right? One of the best things I read
got some parts.
About this game, though, was one of the cool ideas, is that they actually... This was game tested, but with non-gamers. They didn't give this game to people who've been playing... No, it was actually tested with... normal, everyday, non-gaming folk to see...
No way. Like that guy's stepdad calling it that game company.
Yes, that's right. He would be the perfect guy to give this game to. Because they wanted, like, I don't want to say the average person, but they wanted other people who saw games as like, oh, I don't game, it's too complicated and stuff like that. They wanted to see what the average, like, the person takes from playing these games. Not that they enjoy gaming, what they take from the experience of playing this game, which is a really clever kind of extra level of what they were planning. They knew gamers were going to play it.
That's such an interesting way to do game testing, to get opinions from people who don't usually play games. Maybe, wow, that's an interesting way to innovate.
But it does make sense for this type of game, right?
It does.
Because
it does.
This, us gamers, we can pick up a controller, we know where the triggers are, we know where the buttons are, we know what to do, where to go.
Yeah,
a lot of
instinctively
other people
we got it.
That's intimidating to a lot of people because no one wants to start a game and be bad, right? You don't want to be, oh god, I can't keep up, oh I can't do this, I can't go. This.
The point of these products is to have fun. If you don't know how to use them, for a while they're not going to be fun, and for a lot of people that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, it was one of those things I realised with my wife. My wife plays PC games, Sims, and things like that. And then we played It Takes Two, right? And I realised the things that we do every day, the platforming, the jumping, the crawling, the shooting, and stuff like that, all second nature. To her, never done it before, there is a degree of frustration because you can't pick something up so easily.
No, correct. That muscle memory has not been burned into her.
Right, it really is an interesting thing because you don't think that you've developed skills as a gamer, but your hands do work on their own nowadays.
Yeah, but not necessarily I love the idea just your hands, but also just the logical thinking of how games work.
Oh yes, we've done this before, right? We discussed it like arenas. As soon as you're playing a game and you see an area open out, every game is like, okay, boss fight.
Correct.
Or if there's barrels everywhere, you're like, okay, wait.
Yes.
We
you can see loads of red barrels. Or another obvious one, yellow paint.
Yellow paint. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Yeah. Anywhere there's yellow paint, we know that's where we're headed.
Easy.
But again, this game's not... I love that this game's not designed for that. This game is designed for everyone to pick up and play. This game's designed for you to feel and enjoy. Should we go straight into the narrative? Because it's also kind of a tricky one to explain by its own right.
The narrative does something that I'm a big fan of, not only necessarily in games, but in most media I consume, series, movies, books. I enjoy when something is open-ended. Yes, when something's open for interpretation, right? When there's allegory and you can kind of make of it what you want.
Yes, no, agreed. This game has that in spades by all accounts. But yeah, I do agree. I do enjoy those as well. And this, like I said, the basic premise of this, ladies and gents, is you play a robed traveler, kind of just appeared in the desert, but you're in the desert. You start off in a vast desert landscape, and a mountain in the distance glowing in regards to your final destination. This is where you need to go. This is your journey, so to speak, from just like Bilbo. Always reminds me of Bilbo whenever it's your first steps to the journey to that peak. But about this game is that it doesn't give you any names.
No,
there's
nothing.
Zero dialogue.
Nothing.
There's no exposition.
This game gives you a single word.
Yeah.
The moment you start this game up, the only word it gives you is the title, Journey.
Journey, yeah. I'm about to say, when you said that, I was thinking, was there another word? I thought it was just Journey.
Was there an instruction?
Did I miss the tutorial? I was like, what the?
No.
Yeah.
It's Journey, baby.
It is literally, you go from here to there. And that sounds boring, plain, nonsense, like who's going to enjoy that? That's a walking simulator.
Yes.
By its very basics, it is.
It is, correct. And to make it even more boring, it's a walking simulator in a desert.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right. So there's no like shops, there's no like cool
things nothing interactable by nature. It is.
But there is, as you slowly develop through this and you start kind of finding murals of a civilization that fundamentally, again, it's interpretive, fundamentally fell to greed and corruption and I guess maybe the virtues of humanity that we don't so like. You could even say
it's not just any civilization, it's your civilization.
Right? It depends on like interpretation, but yeah,
correct. That's why this is so great.
The magic is kind of sucked out the world. Society kind of fell, and the magic feels like it's kind of come back. But then you're also kind of the lone person surrounded by gravestones of all the people who've tried to do the journey before you, right?
Yep.
Which is
I get it. I absolutely get it. This entire journey is perilous. That's what made me think that this journey can also be seen, this entire thing can be seen as a pilgrimage.
Yes. I can see that. It is very much got that. Again, pilgrimages denote a religious aspect.
Which
kind of has in spades too.
It does really seem like that, because once you finish a sort of stage, you get towards an altar, and what do? You kneel, and it seems like you start praying.
That's very true. But again, like you said, there's allegory to it. There's so much. It sounds like we're being quite simple, but there is so much in it that kind of has so many tones to light and dark and rebirth and religion and perseverance and even just the darkness that can stay behind.
Yeah.
That you have to kind of hide from or just evade to come out on top. And then of course it plays with lights and darts. It's very weird to say that of a game that has no actual narrative chat. Even later on in the game, or if you're playing it on PlayStation and stuff, you can meet one other follower. I think it's only one separate follower if they're playing online at the same time you are.
Yeah, you can only... Yeah, it's only one max.
It is one, right? And you can't chat to them. You don't get to see their username or gamer tag or whatever those... you get to just chirp, right? You kind of like do a...
Yes. This little yell type thing where you can kind of shout out your little sign.
Yeah, like your ahoy stranger.
Yeah, that type of thing.
It's kind of, again, it plays on those themes of, you know, you're alone, but you're not alone. And you can choose to do the whole game together with this stranger, or you can choose, which I unfortunately did, before knowing that you were kind of supposed to help one another out. So I just left and went, hey, and then just left him on his own. So I was like,
nice okay, one, Dave.
I did not know that was going to be like I thought it was going to be like a lobby that you just bump into a bunch of people trying to do it. I didn't know there was just going to be one guy.
Okay. If anyone's out there in Journey and they had someone ditch them.
Yeah, that was more than likely me. Or,
here's your guy.
I can't be the only one.
Here's your guy. Come get your boy.
But I do feel bad. I just left him in the desert there to kind of like float around and kind of learn the mechanics. But yeah, it's got so much.
There's a lot. Again, there's a lot here that you can. We keep saying it, but interpret. Not only at the starting area where you can see the fallen civilization, but throughout the entire thing up until the very end. I won't spoil anything because I think you should play this game.
Yeah, you definitely should.
It's cheap. It's short. I think everyone should give this game a go at least once. But Journey, we said that this doesn't have any words. And that's true. It's all conveyed. All of it conveyed through visuals, music, and funny enough, the one thing they cannot craft in a video game for you to have is emotion. But this game does tell its story through emotion.
Yeah, that's very true. Again, a very difficult thing to put across with no, words, emotive things on screen. It's but it does make you feel.
Yeah. It's poetic, it's mysterious, but I also do have to mention this. So there are people that don't like this type of storytelling who would like to have a clear linear narrative that tells you a good story, exposition, development, conclusion.
Yeah, that's right.
This
Once beginning
isn't that. So if that's what you're looking for, don't play Journey. Maybe you keep it for another time, but you can even see that the clear the story, the way the narrative unfolds in this game isn't a plus for everybody.
No, I can see that, and like you said, there's strong religious kind of tones in this. If that's not really your type
very
of thing
true,
too.
Very much the case. It feels a lot of like some Middle Eastern religion.
Yes. By all accounts, it does. Of course, in the sand, it's hard not really to get that vibe from the whole thing. Or by all accounts, they could be the Fremen from Dune. I always thought it had a kind of a Dune-esque feeling to it to some degree. For myself, right? Yeah, I love the Fremen. Used to. But like you said, narratively, this game doesn't really just do the narrative through the story. It does a lot of it through the visuals as well, right?
Yeah.
Are you good to go into visuals? Because
let's do it.
It's so hard to do narrative and not include the other two factors that were so much part of the narrative of this game.
Yeah.
And again, one of those is visuals. This game has a very, like a soft palette to the visuals to some degree, no?
That's so... perfect word. It is... I wrote down that it is visually one of the most striking games ever made.
Yeah, you gave this a 10, right? Visually.
I gave this a 10 out of 10 because visually I think this is just perfect. This is just perfect, and it employs one of the visual one of my favorite visual, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, devices? One of the visual ideologies, there we go, that I've been saying for years. It's that art direction trumps graphical fidelity.
Yeah, I agree.
It just does. If a game has great art direction, it's going to look better than the game that has just millions and millions of polygons.
Yes, and like we saw the we've said this before, the uprising of 16-bit graphics in modern games and Octopath Traveler, cool little palettes in 2D games. Yes, like proper direction. We don't always need that super high def sweat on the brow, textured wonderment.
There is a space for that. Please don't get me wrong. There's a space for that, but and my personal opinion is that the art direction will outlive that. The art direction is gonna age so much better.
Oh, agreed. And this game, again, for like a semi-indie developer, they kind of went hard with the art because they made their own like engine for this game.
What was it? The Fire engine?
I think so. And they kind of, like, this was a good few years ago. What's 13? Did we just say 13 years ago? They kind of helped build the like what we use today in regards to sand movement and stuff like that you see in games, like natural physics to sand. Yeah, because so much of this game is sand and kind of vastness and the physics and the waves and the things you can do in sand. They actually kind of built that tech as well. They really worked hard on the visuals of this game. This was a big deal. And
they really did.
It really meant a lot to them to do it this way.
The sand and everything around the sand kind of you can go two different ways with how it looks, what the art direction is trying to convey here. On the one end, the sand is kind of pulsing and flowing in the wind, making it extremely dreamlike.
Yeah.
But when you go downhill, you float, you ski. Yeah, it makes you feel like you're inside a dream when you traverse these sands. And the other end, the much, much more obvious way that they're taking the art direction is it makes you feel like you're under the sea.
Yes, there is a lot. That's right. I get what you mean in regards to the fabric and stuff like that. That's
exactly. There's a ton of that. Yeah. The fabric that's kind of floating upright, making it look like it's seaweed.
No, I agree. No, there is a very like an ambient type floatingness to all
the carpet creatures flying around look like fish swimming in water.
And there's something just about those carpet or cloth creatures that I know strangely reminded me of like Disney movies, like the old Disney movies.
Well, of course, because of Aladdin.
Exactly. Aladdin and the magic carpet, very strong tones. Even just like Snow White and like the birds landing on her fingers and stuff like that. These little bits of cloths are so alive with weirdly like a natural magic to them. It does, like I said, I genuinely do think of Aladdin.
That's exactly what it feels like.
Carpet ride. Yeah.
There is a certain magic here. There's a certain, in the way this game looks and the way this art direction makes you feel like you're inside this game. There is definitely a certain magic here that's flowing through the structures, flowing through the fabrics, flowing through the protagonist. That really just makes it feel like this place used to be alive.
Yeah.
And that includes the desert. That includes the dunes, the sands.
But it's one of those things that, again, it's so cleverly done because the sands and the vastness and the just you being in there, it adds that loneliness. You can see the decay of society or civilization.
Isolation.
But in the same note, like you said, the little bits of paper, the parts where you, as you get the little bits of cloth, you kind of increase your ability to glide through the air and traverse the areas. But a lot of the gliding through the air actually looks like fun, right? When you do the long distances, you can swirl around. You can have you play with the cloth animals. Be it you can ride on their heads at later stages. You can spin and enjoy kind of the life that's around you at that very moment, even though you're in the vast emptiness that is the snow or the snow later and the sand right now. And it is, like I said, it's like a Disney wonderment to it that just makes you kind of smile. It makes you feel kind of happy.
Absolutely.
Even though it's kind of a drastic scenario you're in, potentially. Again, it's open to interpretation.
It is! And that drastic scenario doesn't let up.
No, it really doesn't. And and there's kind of a big glowing white figure, right? Which I'm guessing is a deity of some regards, because you kind of...
It must
be. But I don't know if it is. I
also don't know if it's just one. I think each time it's a different one.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's a different one. Maybe it's just inner person telling you. I don't know. Again, there's so many smarter people that probably understand these big questions this game's trying to put out there and make you understand.
But that's what makes interpretation fun.
Exactly
your
right.
interpretation isn't wrong. It's just different.
Yeah, art in its own right. It's all down to
precisely.
That's right. That's
precisely. This is what all those poetry classes were trying to teach you.
That's right.
Anyway, before I go off on a tangent.
Yeah, go on. And it has dark moments. I thought, again, you get all this joy, and just like any Disney movie, there's always Mufasa dying, there's always Aladdin, Genie breaking his promise, and all the other things that happens. There's also some darkness to it. When you go into the shadows and you're hiding from the big... I don't know, those whale bug
those
things.
Eye creature things.
Yeah, it's generally kind of a tense moment, particularly balanced off all the light that you just had and the joy you had. It's now a dark, solemn, again, symbolism in regards to if that was human nature, if that was an outside figure, if it was it's got a really dark little shadow a bit. Luckily not for too long because...
I mean, this entire game isn't for too long.
Yes, that's very.
It's very also right after probably the most joyous and a living part of the entire game, right? It's you skiing downhill through all of the different ruins with these carpet creatures by your side.
That is a cool bit, right? And
it's so great, and it looks stunning.
If you pan your camera to the right angle, And that said,
that could be the most beautiful part of this entire beautiful game.
And they do some good cinematography camera angles. It's not just like you in control. There's some of the top down and where they actually point you in regards to what you're doing adds to those moments compared to you finding them or you trying to.
Yes.
They do. There's cinematography. It's movie-esque in a lot of what it does.
And that moment, that second before you fall into the pit, where you can just zoom so far out of the protagonist, falling off of the slope, and you can see all of the ruins, and then all of a sudden, darkness.
Do you know what it is? It's that scene from The Lion King. It's when Simba and Nala are pinning each other, and then they fall into the elephant graveyard, right?
Ooh,
it's like the same bit. They're having fun. They're surrounded by the kingdom, the light, and all the light touches, and then the darkness.
The elephant graveyard terrified me.
No, exactly. But isn't it? It's remarkable how Disney movies used to get it so right, and it's the same thing we feel from this game, which is so ingrained in it that just makes you come away from it.
Wow.
Changed, or at least memorable by all accounts.
So far, we've got Aladdin and Lion King.
Yes, that's right. I'm sure we can find many more. in there somewhere.
This is another thing that I really, really enjoyed. A small thing, a really simple thing, was the how the sand glistens. Right.
I think I know the bit you're talking about, especially.
Yeah,
it's in the gliding bit as well.
Yeah, it glistens. Almost like real silk.
Yeah. No, I got you. The cloth kind of aspect to everything as well, right? Because that's one of the main themes they've got in this.
It really is. It really is incredible how they got the textures. And I can't think of another game that's gotten sand so unique and so beautiful before. Maybe Sword of the Sea that just came out by, I think, the same developers.
Oh, really? That would make sense by all accounts if it is as magical as this one.
I think they are, because they did Abzu before Sword of the Sea.
Okay, yes, right. I do know that one. Yes, that's true. It is. I know what you mean. There is something very magical about the visuals of this game. I gave it a 9. You gave it a 10 by all accounts, which means it's the same scores. We give some of the really pretty games too in regards to the graphics and stuff. Anything else visuals you want to talk about?
I really can't emphasize enough how the art direction has aged perfectly, right?
Yeah. No, that's true.
13 years later, Journey still looks modern because of the stylized simplicity. Because of that art direction, every frame can be a wallpaper.
That's true. I get you. Even even the very beginning, I always did, like, the somber graveyard bit was always a very memorable part.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, even just the one of the happy-go moments as well is when you're going up those levels and you kind of have to fly in that whale cloth as you go up and then up again and up again. It is such... Again, there's something very... It's magic in its own way. And you can get why they wanted non-gamers to play this too. This isn't just your normal escapism type gameplay. This was made... feeling...
unique and special as well. Not only is it a special and unique product, but the way it was made feels like the people that did it cared for it.
Yeah, and this was more than just making money, and more than just, this was actually like you said, we said it before, art. It was a social experiment. All the other things that are tied up in it by all accounts, right? Yeah, it is.
Yes. If there was ever a case for why video games should be considered art, this is the perfect example to give anyone.
No, it is. This is an art form. There's no doubt. There's some games not so much, but yeah, a lot of them are, and this is definitely one to put in that category. Anything else, or we can jump to audio, which I gave a 10. And I know that Mr. Audio Man didn't give it a 10, which is kind of shocking to me, because... Well, as much as you like to glaze the visuals, the audio for me was what was champion in this game.
You know what? I'm not even gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue. I should have given this a 10 as well.
By all accounts, this what's his name? Austin Wintory.
Yeah, Austin Wintory.
He was nominated, the first game to ever be, at least at its time, I believe, to be nominated for a Grammy, which is a big deal in the gaming sphere.
Very big deal.
And I'm not surprised.
Because games are for kids.
Yeah, again, we both know how untrue that is nowadays. Luckily, the music in this, again, it's a double whammy. The visuals and the music go so well together, and it really does. It's put together like a Lord of the Rings. It's like a Halo original, the opening song on the loading screen or whatever you call it. It's so, again, full of life. Even the little, I love when you save or you release some of the little bits of cloth, they chirp and kind of have that Disney magical like happiness to them in regards that you've let them free and they can fly with their friends and stuff like that. It's such a childlike magic to it.
Whimsical.
It is.
It's extremely whimsical. Not only the sound effects, but the soundtrack as well. Both of them. Yeah. We can't put in voice acting. There's no voice acting.
No,
here.
Exactly right. That's right.
But both the sound effects and the soundtrack, it's just whimsical, right? As you play this game, the music, it swells and it fades with all the different actions that you do throughout this entire game, from the start to the finish. The music, it dynamically moves as the protagonist moves across the sand and dunes. It's incredible.
And a lot of it is a gameplay mechanic. You have to release these chimes or I think it's a cello. I'm not entirely sure. I swear I read that somewhere. To activate the shrines or to help release to revitalize the cloth itself, you got to let out this note or chirp or whatever you want to kind of add the magic back to the cloth, or to open bridges, help do some of the platforming.
Yes.
But in its own right, it's kind of like your what was that Mickey Mouse where he's got the wand, Fantasia or whatever it is. It's kind of like you're this
Fantasia
orchestra. You're the composer, right? You're the conductor.
You're the conductor.
Everything about it, the music just adds to the story, to the. And I'm not a music person, but this music was so emotive from every single part of the game.
Yes, but that was, as you kind of explained it, that's what their goal was with this type of game. Not only necessarily the gameplay, but the visuals and audio as well, is trying to make it accessible.
Yeah.
Not necessarily understood, but accessible by the layman.
Yes, exactly right. That again, one of the I guess what you could suggest, it's one of the highest forms of art. Again, in music, is for the average person who doesn't know just to come off that and say, "Wow, that I don't know what that was, but that was
made me feel
just amazing."
Something.
Yes, like most people say about Lord of the Rings soundtrack, right? That's a beautiful piece of music, and you cannot go away from
the
that.
The composer for Lord of the Rings, a gentleman called Howard Shore, has made probably one of the most influential film soundtracks in history. Only to be compared to John Williams.
Nice. I'm glad you slipped John Williams in there, or I'd have been most upset.
I have to.
Well done. But you're right. It's one of those weird things. It's again, like you said. What was his first name? Mr. Shaw. Was it
Howard Shore.
Howard. Damn it. Howard Shore. He does one of those soundtracks where everybody who's watched Lord of the Rings, you can instantly hear the music in your head, right? You can hear the Shire. You can hear Helm's Deep. You can hear all the places.
Correct.
And this game, as soon as you finish playing it, or as soon as you get back into playing it, you can feel the emotion, like you said, the emotion in what's going on, the joy in your journey. Are you achieving the next level? You going up and releasing the magic to the world. You discovering the civilization which may be started anew with you in regards to your journey and such.
Yes,
there is something just so magical.
There is absolutely. I know we keep on going on the same different elements, but the magic, the whimsy, it's definitely here in the soundtrack. And a lot of people are saying there is really no definitive definition for art.
Yeah.
But one that most people kind of agree on is art is something created by a human for a human to evoke an emotion.
Yes. Okay. I can understand. That's a cool, simple premise of it.
The audio does this. The visuals does this.
Yeah.
This game does evoke an emotion from the player.
Yeah, it does, and it leaves
which,
you
by definition, makes it art.
Yeah, and it leaves you with that emotion when you drop the game. And like I said, as a palate cleanser goes, you've dropped this game and you finish it, and you kind of feel better. You kind of feel good in regards to, doesn't matter what your day was like or whatever troubles you were having in life, because life is tough at the moment for a lot of people. This game has a way of relaxing you, making you feel a bit more energized, just making you feel a little better, which is remarkable for a video game. I know it's a lot of glazed but it really is very good.
Hot damn, did I need this after playing The Last of Us Part 2?
I think everyone should play this game right now. Jeez, we got so much going on in the world. Everyone should do this. Should be your local GP or your doctor should be prescribing. Okay, I just need you to do an hour of Journey every day. Granted, I say that knowing that Journey is not that much longer than an hour by its gameplay loop by its own.
Just play the game
Journey every day
from start to finish every day.
Yeah, exactly. It's very
it even
rare
fits the narrative.
That you'll come across a game you finish that you feel an emotive state change after you've done it, right?
Yeah.
And I had that from this game. I really did. I just thought it was such a good, fun, short time.
It's very short. Anything else? It's much shorter than I thought. I know it was short, but this is kind of the length of an album.
Yeah, that's very true. It is kind of exactly the length of what an album would be. It is. There's no hiding from that. But again, like we said, this is a palate cleanser game. This isn't one that you put your hours and hours into. No grinding, no overcoming of bad guys. This is a palate cleanser.
But doesn't this kind of just feels like the perfect counter towards those types of games?
Oh, exactly.
Just putting in the hours, putting in the grind. You need to get your KD up.
I swear that if you played Elden Ring, right, and you're on that boss, you know when you're on a boss and you get so frustrated that you can't beat him, and then each time you play that boss again, you're like, oh god, I'm getting worse. I'm actually getting worse at this game as I play it, right?
Hell yes, of course I know that.
I swear, if you did that, played a bit of this game, then came back to a boss fight, I bet you would nail it. I don't know why. I just feel like this game would make you so zen.
Probably. I'm not going to argue. Next time I'm stuck in a boss in Bloodborne, Dark Souls, I'm going to try that.
I think it's I think that's a good case study right there. Yeah. Just see if Journey cools you down enough to actually kick ass.
We do have a FromSoft game coming up in the next couple of months, so this could be a good tactic.
which I know I'm going to need all the help in the world for by all accounts. So yeah, I'm going to keep this installed on the computer. Anything else audio you want to talk about? Or should we go to gameplay, which is also kind of gameplay. A fun, difficult thing to kind of describe by its very definition? Because this is a platformer, right? Would you call this, by its very basic terms, a platformer?
I would call this a platformer. If we needed to put this in a pigeonhole, if we needed to categorize this, yes, platformer.
But not by the everyday sense. It's not
Mario.
Complex,
it's not
complex jumping off walls and wall grabs.
It's not
and all
Astrobot.
No, exactly. It is a journey. Shocker. And a lot of flying and gliding. I wouldn't say any of the actual platforming is complicated in its puzzles in any regards. It's going to that area.
It's funny enough, kind of just resource management. The only resource you have is scarf magic, and
the power of wind, fundamentally.
Yeah, the only real gameplay mechanic that you kind of need to think about is where to jump and when to use your scarf magic.
That's very true, and picking up those little glyph things so that you can get more scarf magic, right?
It's not much more complicated than that, which kind of just makes me think that this game doesn't want you to think, it wants you to feel.
That's exactly right. And again, just bodes non-gamers being the test party. They wanted everyone to try it. So it doesn't need to be complicated. So yeah, you just, as you develop, you slowly walk through the sand, the different locations and locales, and then you just pick up, save some scarves, save a bunch of other cloth animals, kind of just reach ahead to the peak, for the top of the mountain you're aimed at, with a bit of, again, it's very melodic platforming. It's very tranquil, it's very calm. It's not, like you said, overstressing in regards to any of the things you have to do. I'll give you the dodging the nasty dark whale.
Yeah, those big
and hiding under bits under.
What can we call them? Big old sharks? Big whale sharks?
They remind me of the big things from what's it called? Avengers. Those big things that come from the black
those
hole
big flying whales in the sky.
That's all they remind me of. But you have to hide from them, so it's kind of a bit of a different mechanic. You got to hide from each little holes and stuff.
Yeah, the first time you meet them, it's not kind of difficult to get out of their way. The second time,
it's tense. That's a tense.
It gets tricky.
But that's about it. Gameplay. It's not about the gameplay, so it's really hard to kind of judge.
It really isn't.
And grade gameplay when it's so far from actually being important in this game.
Exactly. Us grading the gameplay goes against what this game is for, what this game is about.
It really is.
We shouldn't be grading the gameplay.
I know, it's so odd to be like putting a 1 to 10 on gameplay on this game, because it's not important.
No, it really isn't. It really isn't. It's not important. So
that's basically it.
Some people want more out of the gameplay. I totally get that. If you're looking for a Skyrim, you won't find that here. If you're looking for a Battlefield, you won't find that here. Right? If you want to explore, if you want combat, you're not gonna find that here. This is a very, very specific experience,
and that's why this game
well crafted.
This game actually fundamentally at some point kind of came out on everything, right? This originally came out on the PlayStation 3, and then it got so popular. I think it got picked up by Annapurna Studios, and then it got released on PC, the Epic Store, which is fair enough, and then Apple devices. I know that you could get it on phones, tablets, and all. Yeah, it was that popular. They put it onto the. I know it was kind of big on Apple tablets when they were in the fashion and stuff like that. Because you can play this. Yeah, sorry, iPads. See, I mean, we got what they were. Because you can play this game simply with a finger on a screen, or a touch button for you to jump and hold and stuff like that. The gameplay is simplistic enough.
Yes. There's one bit of gameplay, one mechanic I completely forgot about. What? Tilting your controller from left to right makes you turn the screen.
Yes, that's very true. Which is, again, very iPad kind of centric. With the same,
but also it's a gameplay mechanic where it makes you forget about pushing buttons and more about moving.
Yeah, and movement in general, right? Yeah, that's very true.
Correct.
Just kind of making a kineticness to the whole gameplay itself.
It makes you feel
button mashing.
It makes you feel immersed, but it's less about pushing a button and more just about using your body to feel the game.
Yes, that's true.
It's
that is
so
very true.
incredible the way this game was crafted.
It really is. It's again, ladies and gents, I know the glaze is coming in hot now, but this is a game, doesn't matter what age you are from 12, 10, 12, 15, 60, doesn't really matter. This is definitely a game that you should give it a go. Again, one of the things we'll point out for value for money a bit later is that this game is not long. It is... if you're really taking like a steady, slow time, I'd say about 2.5 hours ish. Wouldn't you say? Like, how quickly did it take for you to finish?
Not even 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I was taking my time looking for all the magical glyph bits and the tapestries and stuff like that. But they are kind of all right there in front of you, right?
Yeah. They're not hidden.
And okay, gameplay wise, we're kind of done, right? There's not really much to it to talk about. Do you want to jump to performance, which is again a short one?
Let's. Yeah, performance.
Okay, what did you think of
performance is a bit short. I mean, this game's been around for 13 years. When this came around, games didn't used to be broken messes when they got released.
That's very true. Like the PlayStation 3 era, we had Skyrim, I think, which was probably the most prolific
games weren't
mess.
In the best state.
No,
but
we weren't releasing Mind's Eyes and things like that by all accounts, were we?
Right.
It's a strange world we live in now. This game looks fine.
In its original form on the PS3, like you said, even then, originally, it ran great.
Yeah, no, perfect. Yeah, it's solid. It doesn't have any frame rate issues. It hasn't got any lag. It's again, like you said, a game like this and the era that we didn't have things in games like this. Performance was always top notch in something like this, and again from the studio, which also does never have many complaints in regards to the development of games. This is coming through with a perfectly decent, solid build of a game.
Correct. I like these smaller types of games where the ambition doesn't just blow the roof off.
Yes, or bloat the game out. Right?
Exactly. Give me a break. But this game is focused. This game is lean.
Yeah,
this game can be polished by a team of 10 or 15 people.
No, very true.
It's completely reasonable. And we should have more of that.
Yeah, agree. We've said this many a time. It seems like smaller teams are the secret sauce in regards to game development.
If we once again take a look at Clair Obscur.
Exactly, yep. Game of the year, it better win Game of the Year.
Correct.
If that game doesn't win Game of the Year.
35 people.
Yeah, something like that. Fantastic. Again, we don't want to start the glazing on that game again.
No.
But yeah, great. Small teams are definitely knocking it out of the park, and like you said, it's the artistry, the love, the actual humanity in games just comes through so much more. Value for money. What did you think then?
This one can swing both ways.
Yeah. Wow. Cool.
I am gonna take my usual stance where if the experience I am getting from this game is meaningful, worthwhile, and valuable, I don't care if it's only 2 hours.
Yeah, that was a complex one for me because, as you know, I'm narrative driven, kind of want some bang for my buck.
Of course.
But
a lot of people are like that. There's nothing wrong with that.
The kind of spiritual journey this takes you on and kind of the moods and the emotions it kind of makes you feel, it's hard not to just give this really good grades, and who cares about the longevity? Who cares about the bang for your buck?
Yeah.
This does something games don't normally do, and so you got to kind of give it its value goes up a few notches because there are other games that do that, right? Yeah, it does. It's one of those times I'm not completely fueled by how much is my wallet paying for in this regards.
Speaking of, what's this? $15?
Oh, less. I got Steam. I got a 5. I got Apple Store. It's 5.
Yeah.
For some reason, PlayStation Network and the Epic Game Store has it at $7.50. I don't know why they're a little bit more expensive, But they're all, again, like a few bucks for a game like this. It's an easy win. You take it.
That's something great you can get for $5, maybe even $7. Sure, this is 2 hours. This is a Friday evening with
it is
some pizza, some beer, some tissues, maybe.
Right. What, you got some weird Friday evenings.
Don't get me started.
Okay,
but
I'm about to say.
Unfortunately, though, there is little reason to replay.
Yes, that's very true.
Unless it's like 5 years later and you're
that's very true.
You're getting that emotional high again.
Which is kind of what I did. I have played this game before, played 5 years later, and it was still good. This is the first time you've played it, right? So
it is. It's my very first time touching Journey.
It does still hit 5 years later, or however long. It's been quite a while. And if you were lucky enough, you actually got it from the PlayStation subscription as a monthly game. So actually, if you managed to grab it at one of those times, you possibly already have it on your collection on the PlayStation Network. Yeah. So that was by all means, definitely play it. This is a game you must play. This is a game everyone should pick up and play. It's a no-brainer.
Journey's been described as a must-play since it released.
Yes.
On the PlayStation 3, 4, even 5, on the PC, it's been described as an experience more than a game.
Yes. Could you imagine this game in VR? Sorry, it just came to my mind now. Like, could you imagine this game would be so cool in VR? By all accounts.
That I would. That I'd buy.
Right? Yeah,
I would buy that.
Anyway, continue. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, please. I mean, if Journey would come out in VR, would it be first person, or would you just still be following the protagonist?
I was just thinking that same thing. First person or over the shoulder, like protagonist following. I think
it'd still have to be over the shoulder.
Yeah, there's just something picturesque, right, in regards to just seeing instead of being in. Yeah. But anyway, it's cool. I hope that happens. Like, there's tons of games that are going to be kind of cool in VR whenever they get the tech done properly and all the other things that still need to be ironed out in that regard.
Do you think that's going to happen?
I think so. I think we'll eventually get there. I don't think we're particularly close just yet. I'm giving like 5 to 10 years, but I slightly do. You know, you've watched Ready Player One, right?
Yeah.
The Steven Spielberg famous book.
Of course, yes.
I don't think a world where that's the reality is completely non-existent. Right?
No. I don't think so either. Right. I don't think that everyone's aunt is going to have one of these VR goggles and just strap it on while they iron away. I don't think that's going to happen. It's been more than 40 years and we're still just sitting in front of the TV with a controller in hand.
But I must admit, I can't remember what the big evil corporation in that is called. But whenever I see Tencent, like buying game companies or the EA purchase for whatever $1 billion the other day, I think to myself, "Whoa, are they going to be the big evil corporation?" that's in Ready Player One, right? I think to myself,
let's bring up Mr. Spielberg.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Scorsese. Tencent just bought Ubisoft.
Right. There's something about that movie. I loved Ready Player One that I now kind of see.
It's a fun movie. I don't care what anyone says. It's fun.
It is. I swear Ready Player 2 is coming out. Or maybe I read that and it died, but I know there's a book of it and I know it's
Ready Player 2 does exist as a book at least.
But yeah, it's I think this game would be a banger as a VR game. I think VR's on its way. Same. I think it's going to a long way from being cheap for, like you said, for everyone to purchase. That's a long ways away.
Yeah. I don't know. I think sitting on the couch with a controller in front of your TV or sitting at your computer, I think it's going to take something monumental to trump those two modes of playing games.
Oh, you think so? Because...
Yes, I think so. Because putting on a headset and standing isn't something I see most gamers doing.
But what's the most popular gaming device in the world right now?
The PlayStation 5.
Nope.
A phone? The Switch?
Yep. No, the phone. Massively outdoing as a gaming device every other platform on the money mobile games and the like is absolutely catastrophically large compared to other ones. The most used gaming device in the world right now is your phone. Which, like you said, you're under the impression that we're still going to be PCing and PlayStations and stuff like, which I'm very for. But if you think the change,
saying we're a dying breed?
Potentially, if you see the change, phones are the highest used gaming platform in the world.
You're absolutely right.
Right, damn. So we are kind of potentially fossils in our viewing of. I hope you're right, because of course all the nostalgia and console gaming and PC.
We
gaming
both know I'm not.
It's scary, right? Casual phone gamers outweigh the hardcore gamer, the PC gamer, whatever expression you want to use.
You've heard the story. Yeah. You've seen that short of Pirate Software. They were at a convention and they've got two screens, one with a controller.
Yes, that hurts me in my soul.
Right, and then one with the keyboard and mouse, and then the kids just went up to the computer monitor and touched it like a touch screen.
Isn't that just crazy?
And that hurts my soul.
Oh, everything about it is just sad. But maybe we're just getting old. I don't know anymore. It's just the progression of turning into your 30s. You just think the world is strange and peculiar. That's why you play a game like Journey to reset.
Exactly. I'm not raising my kids like that at all. They've got controllers in hand.
Yes, before they even eat. Get your controller out quickly. We need to get those claws ready for those the analog sticks and the buttons.
You have to beat Bowser before dinner time.
Yes, gay Bowser. So long, gay Bowser. That's what you're going to be called from now on. But
Mr.
anyway,
Bowser,
Journey.
You are Mr. Gay.
That's right. But I love the idea that you just got like 4 kids in there. It's a gaming boot camp. What? You haven't completed Dark Souls yet? Go back in your room. You're not going to school today. Anyway,
we can talk once you've fought the Capra Demon.
Exactly. No son of mine will come out that room before he's defeated the Capra Demon, or whatever you just said. I'm guessing that's a bad guy in Dark Souls.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, good game. Journey. What did we score this bad boy?
Our scores for Journey had this big old civilization in the middle of the desert looking at this shiny mountain, but then unfortunately after years of decay and greed they fell into ruin until one day a shining star crashed into the ground and rised into the retrograde rating of B+. Hell yeah, I wish this was an A.
Yeah, again, that's probably me. it's the gameplay and the shortness kind of had to
That's fine. That's fine. I get it. Chrono Trigger isn't 2 hours.
It's very true. It's many hours. Exactly how a Japanese RPG should. Yeah. It's so much easier for you to do your grading story. How the hell am I supposed to do a dark, don't follow David story from this game?
I don't know, and that's your problem.
It really is.
But thanks for listening to this week's episode. If you can subscribe and comment and share and doodle fluff and jiggumburps.
Nice.
Do all of those things.
Guy, I must be old because I don't know any of those things. Those are new, trendy, young people words, right?
Don't you know Schnufflegumps?
That's the one. That's like a food, right? You get it.
That's the new hot
Asian
social
markets.
media.
Schnufflegumps. That's a great name for social media. It's as good as Facebook
we've got
and
more. The short video distribution one. Borfeldorps.
Okay, if Schnufflefumps, whoever it's called, what do you if tweeting is to Twitter is to tweet and Instagram is to the gram, what's a Snufflefort? Or what have you called it? What's the verb?
I've got easy to snuff.
To snuff.
Oh, that's not a good one.
That's not a good one. By all
that's not a good one. Please don't snuff.
Yeah.
Let's end this conversation.
Yeah, let's push those like buttons and share and follow and thumbs up and poke or whatever else is going on out there.
Hey Dave, where can we follow you?
You can follow me out and about, but the very worst thing I get is no one likes sand. And
there we go. It's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere.
And it will get in all, when you go like to the beach and it gets in your shorts and it goes in all those unreachable places and just causes pain and stinging and chafing and all those other things. That is the worst I will do to you in this regard. I'm kind of scared now because people may follow me if that's the only like outcome. If that's a bit of sand. Like I just go pff, sand. Like pff, it's
pocket
so, by
sand.
all accounts,
you can throw them with pocket sand.
And then I just go poof, I'm gone.
There we go.
But yeah, that's what will happen to you if you follow me and find me out and about. I will throw pocket sand at you.
Don't follow Dave. Dave, what have we got lined up for next week, rather?
Next week, kind of a famous game. It's been around for a really long time.
A famous
series of
franchise, games. I'd say. It's been around since the 80s. It's been around.
Yeah, for really. I remember my having a Ninja Gaiden 2 on the Xbox. The original Xbox, not the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
So we're lucky to get our hands on Ninja Gaiden 4. The I was gonna say it's the story of Ryu and stuff like that.
I don't think it is.
Found out it's not. It's young, new, frosted tips looking gents with all the muscles and sexiness.
Gen Z Ninja Gaiden.
Right? It's going to end demons or devils, the end of the world. It's going to be one of those things. And I look forward to get our hands on it to see if it holds up. Very cool.
If you want to listen in on us debating whether it's pronounced Ninja Gaiden or Ninja Gaiden, tune in next week and we'll see you then. Cheers.
Cheers.